In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your wheel bearing and hub assembly in your Kia Soul. It's located behind your rear wheels. I'm going to use a 21mm socket. Take off my rear wheel. All right, using a 14mm socket, I'm going to take off our brake caliper bracket. You can just hang it off to the side with a bungee cord or caliper hanger. All right, we're going to disconnect this connector by pulling out the spring clip and then pulling the connector off. Set that off to the side. All right, now we're going to take out this rubber plug so we can get to our adjuster, and we're going to close the shoes down so we can take the rotor off. So now we're going to look for our star adjuster. That's what I like to call it. And you're going to back it off. It feels like it's not dragging anymore. I'm going to do one more. Okay. Now we're going to undo our screws here. You might be able just to unscrew them. If not, you're going to use a impact drive with a Phillips head. And these just hold the rotor on. If these screws did not undo like this, you would whack this and it would slowly drive it out. All right. Now that you've backed it off, you can pull your rotor off. Set that off to the side. All right, we're going to loosen up our 4 hub bolts. With a 14mm socket. Looks like our bolt is broken off, so we're going to have to drill that out. All right, so you're going to want to place 2 bolts back in loosely. You want it to be a little loose, and you're going to do that because these hubs get stuck inside the backing plate. We're going to use a puller to get it out. I have my bolts secured in, and now we're going to move to the front. All right, so I am going to take this stud out for our tool to use to separate the wheel bearing hub from the back. So because the new hub comes with these, I'm not going to worry about damaging this. So once that's out, so you're looking for a space that is not up against the hub. So I'll show you on the new one. You're making sure that where you're putting this is not up against here. You want it up against next to it where the backing plate is. All right, so I'm using a 19 millimeter on my tool. The nut is behind this part of the hub. And I'm just going to separate. I'm going to just tighten it down, and it's going to start to separate, hopefully. Okay, now I'm going to take this out and go to another spot so that it comes out evenly. All right, so now I'm going to take my adjuster out from my brakes. You can just pop it right out. Set that off to the side so that I have access to the backing plate like that. Just make sure it lines upward, and then we're going to thread it in with our nut. And looks like it's separating nicely. I'm gonna back this out and go back to my other hole. You want to work it back and forth so that you don't ruin the housing for the new one. So don't get greedy and try to take it all out with one access area. So now we have taken out we've separated the hub from the backing and knuckle. I'm going to take out my bolts in the back completely. All right, so we separated out our hub. What was hanging it up was this bolt that broke off in ours. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you at home, but if it does, just get a pry bar under it and move your brakes out of the way to shimmy it out after it's out of its knuckle. Okay, so we're gonna clean out this area. I had to spray a lot of rust penetrant in here, which is obviously not a good idea with brakes, so I'm gonna make sure I clean that out with some brake clean. You don't want that on your shoes or anywhere near your brake system. So I'm going to get that out first, and then I'm going to get the rust out of that by cleaning it up. All right, so we're going to clean this out. I'm going to clean out those holes and the surface. If you don't have a tool like this or the drill, you can use sandpaper and get it as clean as possible. All right, so now I'm going to clean out my bolt holes. All right, once you're done doing that, you can brake clean it off. Make sure you have a nice clean surface. Let that air dry. Okay, so now that we've cleaned it up, I am going to add a little anti-seize. And I'm going to press it in. Put our backing plate back on. Make sure you have your sensor the right way. Always facing this way. And put your bracket back. I would hand start all your bolts so you don't do any cross threading. All right, we are going to start tightening our bolts down. With a 14 millimeter. I would go in a crisscross formation to help pull it in an even way. We're going to be torquing these to 65 foot-pounds. All right, we are going to torque this to 65 foot-pounds. We are going to put our brake back together in the front. All right, so we're going to put our spring back into our adjuster spring. Using a flathead screwdriver for now. I may change it out depending on how crazy it is to get in there. Okay, not too bad. So make sure that the threaded part is this way and your spinny part is on that way. You can usually just wiggle it in there like that. Cool, it's working right. Make sure that spring stays down where it belongs. And you're good. All right, so we're gonna spray our hub with some anti-seize. And then we're gonna put our rotor back on. It may need to get walked on a little bit. And then we are going to adjust our parking brake. All right, so we are going to push our star down towards the floor. And what I typically do is I hold the rotor on, or I put my screws back in first, but I can just hold it in place too. And I usually turn it down until the rotor doesn't spin very easily, and then I back it off about a half a turn. Do a little bit more. You want it to have some drag, but not be impossible to turn. I'd say that's about good. All right, so now don't forget to put your rubber plug in there. You don't want any water or dirt getting in there. Put your screws in. All right, once you get that on, then we can clean the rotor off. Let that air dry and get our caliper back on. Okay, so now we can put our connector back on. So you hear the click, and then you're gonna lock it in with the spring clip. Like that. And now we're going to connect our caliper bracket. So I'm going to take this and line it up with the holes. The longer bolt goes on the top. All right, so set that for 50 foot-pounds. Use a 14 millimeter socket. And do the same on the bottom. All right, now that you've double-checked all your work, you can put your wheel back on and pump the brakes up a little bit. Make sure those are working right. Check your parking brake and take it for a test drive. I've got to put a wheel back on, get a lug nut started. And use a 21 millimeter socket. Start at the bottom, lock the wheel on, and in a star-like pattern, you're going to be tightening them down. We're going to be torquing these later. All right, now that the wheel's on the ground, we can torque it to 80 foot-pounds with a 21 millimeter socket. You're going to do this in a star-like pattern, and then you're going to check it one more time after.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.